To me, Irish people are the funniest in the world. They just are.
Oh, this looks amazing.
I just love any food that comes with its own home.
Everyone's a comedian.
Anything else?
Some greens.
What do you think I am? A juggler?
Stunning. Inspirational. Would you look at the brushstrokes on it?
I think the reason I see comedy in everything is because I was surrounded by it growing up. That's good.
You wouldn't know we're 105.
You're 105.
Do you know what? There's only one word for that. Absolutely cracker.
Hi, how are you? In Ireland, one of the greatest compliments you can give someone is to describe them as a character.
If you find any pearls, give them to me, okay?
Come on, Slowco! Come in, I'm coming! You couldn't run the leg to yourself!
Because as every writer knows, it's the characters you remember long after you've forgotten the story.
Fill your heart with Ireland. Discover more at ireland.com.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and Crown Green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club.
Jerry Flynn Events presents the original Beat in the Heat on the Costa del Sol. Now in its 23rd year, the Costa del Dance takes place between the 1st and the 11th of April 2024 at the Hotel Amaragua, Torremolinos. Prices start from £680 sterling or €782 for a 7 or 10 night stay with dinner, bed and breakfast featuring the best in country, Irish, ceilidh and set dancing. To book, phone 01254 445 050 or visit jerryflynnevents.com.
Good evening to you all and welcome to the show. Peter Fawcett is very well known throughout Yorkshire. He's been a landscape gardener all his life and has recently written a book to give us some great tips on how to maintain our gardens and grow those beautiful flowers. And we'll be catching up with Peter later on at his book launch. Now, the Leitrim Association in Luton are celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. And to commemorate this wonderful occasion, they're putting a book together. And they are making an appeal to all Leitrim people to come forward with as much photographs and information and stories as they possibly can. Here's Rita Jordan to tell us a little bit more.
I thought I saw Loch Allen's banks in the valleys down below. It was my lovely Leitrim where the Shannon waters flow.
Rita, I believe you were involved with the Leitrim Association right from the very start.
Yes, I was, and was delighted to be involved in it. It was Paddy Dolan who started off the Leitrim Association in Luton 50 years ago. And he done tremendous work to get the people together, and he was very lucky because so many Leitrim people in Luton in them days all supported him. So they had their first dinner and dance, which was a great success, and from there on they bloomed and started to organise all different functions to raise some money, and raised an awful lot of different programmes to do, especially looking after the old people, the people living on their own, and people that weren't very well off, and there was quite a lot of them in them days. So it went from strength to strength, and we were very, very pleased with it. And about 5 years, I think it was, Paddy decided that it was time to hand over the reins to somebody else. So he handed them over to Rita Jordan, my husband, Lord have mercy on him. And he was chairman for 28 years. So with the result, he got very involved in welfare. And over the years, we set up groups of people in different parts of the town, and they would report back to the meeting for people who needed help in some way. Some people it was just a chat, some people it was to pay their bills financially, and also to do little jobs around the house for them too as well. And also to report back anybody that would have been in the Luton and Dunstable Hospital. And again, we always went and visited them and looked after them even when they came out of hospital.
Now, Rita, I know that you're still involved with the Leitrim Association today, and of course, you're keeping your husband's memories alive.
Oh, yes, certainly, and as long as I can, I'm going to do exactly the same, because he was so passionate about it, and he put in so much time and effort and cared about. He was a very, very quiet man, but done so much. He didn't drive, and he was always out on his bicycle visiting people, and you'd see him at all hours up and down the road going to visit different people and doing different jobs. And there was all these other fellows. He didn't do that on his own. He done that with all the help of these other Leitrim people and people that were there to help him. So it was great to be part of that, and because of that, I always want to carry on and do the best I can. And we're doing very well. And after Andrew was chairman, we then had Peter Blesson. Peter was very, very good and was passionate about the Leitrim, and the two of them got on about the Leitrim Association. The two of them got on very well and done an awful lot of work behind the scene that nobody ever knew anything about. Poor Peter passed away about 5 years ago. And then one day I was out and I met Tom McLoughlin, and we had a conversation, and he asked me when was the next meeting, and I said on Wednesday night. He said, I'll come along. So he came along, and we were very, very lucky because we made him chairman. And so lucky in the sense that so many people all over the years are not about anymore. So what we were looking for really, but we were just blessed to get him, was somebody for the next generation. With Tom on board, we've brought a lot of second generation people in, and there's so many of them passionate about the Leitrim Association.
I stood with reverence on the spot, reluctant for to go, from the town of saints and sages where the Shannon waters flow.
Joe McLoughlin, the hardest working of all the McLoughlins actually.
Yes, Martin, we're celebrating our 50th year this year. So it's been a haul since 1974. I mean, we had Rita on earlier talking about the association and the early days and all the good things they did. You know, they're the principles, I mean, I'm sure most of us want to live by. So on the back of that, Rita did ask me, was it 7 years ago, to come down to one of the meetings. And through the meeting, I had the benefit of becoming the chairman. So which, it's been a role that I've been taken a part of, but I've had so much help and support from so many other good people, which has made it relatively easily. I mean, we've got the Shanleys, we've got the Gilhooleys, we've got So many people involved, the dailies and everyone now. So, and we want it to grow. We want more people to come down. So that's something, you know, being here now would be ideal if you could connect with us and be a part of the association as well. And like on this 50th year, we're looking for stories from people about their connections with the association. So if you've got a story, we're going to display our email address on the bottom of the page. If you could send your letters and photos to that would be brilliant. So we can make some stories. We're going to make a booklet.
Now, of course, the book will be something to remember. It's commemorating the 50 years of the Leitrim Association here in Luton. And of course, you're looking for people that may be involved with the association down the years. You're looking for all kinds of stories, history, photographs, whatever it is.
Correct. You took the words out of my mouth, Martin. That saved me saying all that. Yeah, that's exactly what we're after. So, yeah, just to reinvigorate, you know, the things that have happened so people can, you know, relive those moments. Maybe they'll see stuff on it about their parents, their families. So, yeah, let's get that down and get it happening. So, yeah, it'd be great for people to send in their information.
For Leitrim people watching you tonight, Tom, what's the deadline on all these photographs and information and stories coming into you?
End of February, and get them in by then, and that'd be great. We'll be able to do something good with it, get the books published and everything. And then things we'll give away at the dances when people come, or if you want one, you can email us.
Looking at the Leitrim Association going forward, it's great to see, as Rita mentioned earlier on, younger people like yourself and others getting involved to keep the future of the association going here in Luton.
I'm glad you mentioned me as younger. So, but there are, there's myself, but there's a lot younger people as well, and that's exactly what we want. So, yeah, if we can get more and more people involved, brilliant. And we'll try and expand. It's brilliant to have the Irish Forum in Luton as well, working together with the communities. So it's promising for the Irish community. We want to keep it alive. I mean, we came to St Patrick's Day parade and everything, and see everyone marching. It makes you proud to be Irish, definitely.
Now, this book, of course, will be history. It'll be history to a lot of people, looking back on people that's been involved with the association down the years. And it's going to be really important that everybody has a say and a picture in it.
That's right. And listen, people shout for opportunity to, you know, make their mark. So here's your opportunity. Put your bit in, and, you know, we'll publish it. So we'd appreciate it all coming in as fast as you can.
Of course, you've had some great activities down the years, and you've had some wonderful dinner dances.
Yes, I mean, the dinner dance itself is always a good event. I mean, we've always sold out. And a few years ago, we introduced the Valentine Ball, which is just to get some of the younger generation in, as we say. So, you know, just regenerating things, making sure there's more and more people involved, and it keeps moving on over the years, because it's something, you know, we don't want it just to draw a line in the sand and come to an end. I mean, there's a big Irish community out there. We've got lots of second generation, even third generation people that still know their roots or want to know their roots, and we want them to be a part of our association. So likewise, look at send your connections to the email addresses or phone numbers that we'll have on the bottom of the page, because we want you all to be a part of it, especially this year. So we've got a dance coming up on the 17th of February, which is sadly sold out. We've got another one on the 18th of May. There's tickets still available for that. And we're going to organise another golf day this year, and keep an eye on our Facebook page because there'll be more on that as well.
We had a wonderful time, social time, because this is how we all got together and got to know people, and people were always delighted to come to the dances, because every time they'd come, they'd meet somebody from different parts, out from St Albans and from all around the town. So we had great functions, and we used to hold them down in the Holy Ghost Parish down in Beach Hill, which was so well attended, and everybody had a great time and supported us.
It will be to lovely Leitrim, where the Shannon waters flow.
Now, if you've got some photographs of some stories to tell, contact Tom McLoughlin, the chairman of the Leitrim Association. The book will be available for the dinner dance on the 18th of May, and we wish the Leitrim Association the very, very best of luck with our 50th anniversary. Now, we'll see you soon. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with you in 2 minutes.
To me, Irish people are the funniest in the world. They just are.
Oh, this looks amazing.
I just love anything that comes with its own home.
Everyone's a comedian.
Anything else?
Some greens.
What do you think I am? A juggler?
Stunning. Inspirational. Would you look at the brushstrokes on it?
I think the reason I see comedy in everything is because I was surrounded by it growing up.
That's good. You wouldn't know we're 105.
You're 105. Between us. Do you know what? There's only one word for that. Absolutely cracker.
Hi, how are you? In Ireland, one of the greatest compliments you can give someone is to describe them as a character.
If you find any pearls, give them to me, okay?
Come on, Slowcoat. Come in, I'm coming. You couldn't run the length to yourself.
Because as every writer knows, it's the characters you remember long after you've forgotten the story.
Fill your heart with Ireland. Discover more at Ireland.com.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the North West, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club.
Jerry Flynn Events presents the original Beat in the Heat on the Costa del Sol. Now in its 23rd year, the Costa del Dance takes place between the 1st and the 11th of April 2024 at the Hotel Amaragua, Torremolinos. Prices start from £680 sterling or €782 for a 7 or 10 night stay with dinner, bed and breakfast, featuring the best in country, Irish, ceilidh and set dancing. To book, phone 01254 445 050 or visit jerryflynnevents.com.
Welcome back. Now, Peter Fawcett is very well known throughout Yorkshire. He's been a landscape gardener all his life and has recently written a book called Gardener's Delight to help us with some great tips on how to maintain our gardens and grow some beautiful flowers. And recently we went along to meet him at the Huddersfield Iris Centre for the launch of his book. The book was launched by the Lord Mayor of Kirklees, Councillor Cathal Burke. Peter, tell me, how did you first get interested in gardening?
Well, all my family, my uncles and my grandfather and my father, they were all keen amateur gardeners. And so from an early age, I knew about gardening because they did it. And my father used to take me to the local flower show every year, which was in September. And so when I was 7, I looked at this plant on Cleckheaton Market, and it had bright coloured leaves. And I thought, well, could I afford it? And I looked at my hands and I had only 9p left. But I asked him, plucked up courage, I said, well, would he accept 9p? Because the price of it was 100 in the old money. And he said yes, to my delight. And I took it home and I can remember putting it on the right-hand side of my dad's greenhouse, and colours came out because it's a plant that when you get light on it, the colours get brighter, and it grew, and it was a coleus, and that was 1957, and that was the start of it. I had 3 jobs, and the first one was at Kirtley's Hall for Sir John and Lady Armitage, which is at Clifton, and that's what I call the real Kirtley's, because that was the original estate. And after that, I worked for Scandinavia Gardens and a real skilled gardener called Gordon Stewart. And he was a compatriot of Geoffrey Smith. And Geoffrey Smith is probably the greatest gardener of modern times. I moved then to the Parks Department, municipal, and I took the same standards with me, and I've always tried to maintain a high standard. It's anything I do, I like a high standard. I can't stand anything being substandard.
We're here today, of course, for the launch of your brand new book called Gardener's Delight. And of course, we're delighted to know that the Lord Mayor was here for the launch.
We're all very proud of him in the Irish community, and it was good that he was here.
Peter's a fantastic individual, very enthusiastic, very energetic, and does a lot of great work, obviously with his gardening skills and his work and employment with the council over many years.
Yeah, and of course here at the Huddersfield Irish Centre, lots of people stop by in the summertime when all the flowers are in bloom. I'm wondering who's actually got those flowers done like this?
Yeah, and of course that's down to Peter and his endeavour and his will to get things done. And Peter turns up at many different events. I've recently met him in Linley at a Marsh Ladies Choir concert. Or you can meet him in Manchester at the consulate. You can see him anywhere. So he's very interested in lots of different things. But obviously his passion is the flowers, the gardening, and also campaigns on many different local issues as well to do with gardening and planting and that kind of thing as well. So it's really good.
I suppose in your type of job now as bin mayor, it gives you a greater opportunity to meet people and find out what's happening, you know, in the county.
Indeed, because when being elected to your own area, you kind of focus more on that particular area where you live and that. But being mayor, you get to see all of Kirklees, all of the areas, all of the different towns, Huddersfield, Dewsbury, Batley, Cleckheaton, Holmfirth, quite a big area, you know, the third largest in England. So you see lots of the different groups, people from different faiths, different backgrounds, different communities. So that's really good. Born in Ireland, from Mayo, Kelchimo, and came over here around 1997. So I always had a keen, active interest in politics from a young lad growing up with the parents, always bringing us to the polling station on voting day, anything happening like that, we're always kind of involved. So I was always really keen and interested, and I kind of progressed that a little bit further when I came over here. It's been a really busy year, so the time is really flying. So just over 6 months through of the full year's term. So it's been really busy, lots of activities. It's been fantastic to see lots of different groups, communities, charities, businesses, all doing fantastic work all around Huddersfield and the Kirklees area.
That, of course, Peter Fawcett. He's very well known to you here at the Huddersfield Irish Centre.
Peter is a character, and he is very well known in the Irish Centre. In terms of the centre itself, he's an absolute gem. Yeah. Our garden at the front there during the summer is a wash with colour. Plants developed by Peter and sown from seed. 4 or 5 years maybe he's been doing it, and for at least 3 of those years we've entered him for the Yorkshire in Bloom competition, which is going up against places all over Yorkshire, and on every occasion he's gone in, he's come away with a gold award. Wow. So you can't fault him on that. And of course, carrying on the gardening theme, Peter has his book out, which again is a little gem really. He's managed to take us on a journey through the gardener's year, outlining what should be done in certain months during the year. and intermingled that with anecdotal stories about his own journey. And because he's done that, you almost pick up the gardening facts and things accidentally, you know. So it's a nice read, it's a good read, and it's well worth having a copy.
To win one gold medal takes some doing, and there's some people at our table and they were shocked because they'd been going 9 years to try to win a medal, and they hadn't got above bronze.
The book, of course, springtime is coming, and the book is vitally important for lots of people that wants to know a little bit more about gardening, that wants to grow some nice flowers in their garden, and so on. Tell us a little bit what's in the book and how it will help people.
In a way, it's a biography. I've got my 3 gardening jobs, and in between those, I've got monthly gardening tips. So for January, you've got tips for January, and I've even got poetry in there because I like poetry. Poetry is something that's somewhat neglected, but there's great beauty in it. And I've also included funny stories, funny anecdotes that perhaps a lot of people wouldn't have put them in, but I've been perfectly honest. The book is partly say what you see, and I say what I saw. There's also 200 years of history, of gardening history, starting about 1825. And the first public park, 1840, was in Derbyshire, and it was done by a man called Claudius Loudon. And Claudius Loudon is one of the greatest figures in the history of horticulture. You can get my book from here at Huddersfield Irish Centre, Harrison Lord Studio in Brighouse, and any good bookshop.
The Huddersfield Irish Centre now, since you've refurbished the lounge and the bar area there, it's really doing well.
It is, yes, and the refurbishment side of things, nothing ever stops, as you know, Martin. This room in here now, we have plans to refurbish again in here. So it's an ongoing process. In one sense, unfortunately, because other places are closing down round us, the demand for our services has increased, you know, so we can't complain on that basis.
There's quite a good active Irish community in Kirklees and of course here in Huddersfield. So for St Patrick's weekend this year, so we're starting on the 15th of March, and we're going to have a celebration, a flag raising ceremony at the Town Hall, and for the first time ever the Irish flag will be raised above Huddersfield Town Hall, and then for that weekend we're going to illuminate the Town Hall in the colours of the Irish flag.
Wow. And I believe you're actually having Sarah Mangan here, the Consul General of Ireland, as well.
That's the intention, yes, and she was also here for my mayor-making ceremony back in May as well, so I like to involve everybody as part of these different occasions that we have.
The parade in Huddersfield's always very well attended, and always a great success. The last 2 years it's been truncated a little bit. We haven't had the parade as we've had in the past, parading around the town. Last year it was centred in St George's Square. This year, because of other things that are going on in St George's Square, we're having to relocate. But it was a similar format to last year, and if we get the turnout this year that we got last year, it'll be another great day. The only complaint I would have about St Patrick's Day is why St Patrick had to have his day in March, I don't know. He should have had it in July, August, somewhere the weather was good.
Now spring is coming, and if you want your garden to look in tip-top shape and you want some extra tips, why not have a read of Peter Fawcett's Gardener's Delight book. We'll be back next week. Take good care, and we'll see you next time.